Greetings in the precious name of the Lord. I am Dr. Joe Fears, and I must correct myself. In my last video, I had stated that I was going to make this a two-part series, but it's actually a three-part series. So let me continue. In the video I did the other day, I talked about 3-Eye Atlas being a great delusional setup for Satan and his angels. In fact, I said 3-Eye Atlas could be what God himself has sent to cause the strong delusion. If this is the case, the rapture is not too far off. And once it does happen, Satan won't waste any time spreading his big lie. For he knows that our brightest minds are excited about alien life to prove their Big Bang Theory. So it won't be too hard to convince a world ripe for deception. This is why I believe Satan will immediately claim that some alien force has taken the missing people. Probably the Klingons, something from Star Trek. And tragically, the world will believe it hook, line, and sinker. Why? Because it will fit perfectly into their naturalistic, scientific, logical worldview. A worldview that has already pushed God aside. Immediately after the rapture, Satan will use enhanced technological knowledge. I'm talking about knowledge that humanity isn't even really ready for. He will draw the world into its deepest hour of deception through technological advancement and just basically technology. And then he will introduce his man, the Antichrist, a global leader empowered by the forces of hell to capture the hearts of humanity. But he'll have some problems. It won't be a cakewalk. His first problem is going to be the tribulation saints, the men and women who come to Christ after the rapture. They will boldly expose the Antichrist agenda. They will be a part of the greatest harvest of souls this world has ever seen heretofore. This will frustrate and infuriate the Antichrist, so he will unleash a persecution unlike anything this world has ever known. The Antichrist will also face resistance from nations who opposes his rule. I think that would probably be like Russia and China. In his rage, he will most likely use nuclear weapons to crush all rebellion because it will be his hour of power. It is the time that God has given him. It is a short time, but he will conquer the world in that time. Sadly, this time will see billions of souls die. Yes, you heard me. Billions will die during the tribulation period. We currently have 8 billion souls on the planet right now. 8 billion plus, I should say. And during the tribulation period, at least 7 billion will perish. The book of Revelation makes this clear. Through war, pestilence, famine, wild animals, fallen beings, and the massacre of tribulation saints, along with the Antichrist agenda to wipe out the Jewish nation. Once he has gained control of the world, at the midpoint of the tribulation, his false prophet will enforce a global mark. Without it, no one will be able to buy or sell. And anyone that takes this mark cannot be saved. It is equivalent to selling your soul to the devil. Don't take it if you're left behind. Around this time, the Antichrist will turn his fury upon the Jews. He will seek to annihilate them. The Bible calls this period the time of Jacob's trouble. He will break the 7-year peace treaty he confirmed sometimes after the rapture and attempts to annihilate the Jewish people completely. Jesus said this would be the worst time in all of human history. And if God did not shorten those days, no flesh would survive. But in the end, the Antichrist will fail. He will be destroyed at the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, when the King returns with us, the believers, the raptured believers, to rule and reign on this earth for 1,000 years. The prophet Isaiah said the wolves will dwell with the lambs, the leopards with the dog, the goats and the calf and the young lion together, and a little child will lead them. Imagine a world where Christ himself places the government on his shoulder, and he brings true justice and righteousness. I could say more, to include the 144,000 Jewish evangelists, the 2 witnesses, and the greatest revival the world will ever see. But for the sake of time, I ask each of you watching this video to share it, because these things will surely come to pass. And one day, mankind will study war no more. Stay tuned for my next video. That's all.